Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Chronicon. My name is Wilfred. So this is part 3 of the crafting guide for this wonderful aRPG that I've recently re-picked up again and have so much fun with it with the latest patch and so on. So part 1 of the video was on transmutation, which is very much like the Kanai cube kind of concept in D3, but of course in a more fun and interesting way. Then I've done the enchantress as well, enchanting guide as well, part 2, which is like fantastic. You can create your very own powerful weapon to have all the affixes that you want, make it into ancient, make it into primal ancient in the D3 lingo. Of course, in here we talk about empowering the legendary, we talk about augmenting the legendary, but in short, make it really awesome in a very fun and easy way. Now, the third part of the video is on dams and socketing. It is a sort of like a very simple topic, but I do feel that sometimes as a new player you may miss out certain things, and I do certainly as well, I'm guilty of it. So dams and socketing can really make your character powerful on very simple, just very little effort to it. But I would like to just walk you through the mechanic of it, just in case you came from like D3 background expecting a certain things that behave a certain way. Now, if you look at items in Chronicon, you may get something like this: true legendary, no socket to it. And then you probably have the like D3 mindset that, oh, is it one of the affixes should have been rolled and a socket, and just like the D3's pants or chest item. Well, it is not really. Now, what it does is that, sometimes when an item drop, it may come with a socket. It may not. It may come with a socket that you do not like the kind of like shape to it, because you have circle, square, or the star. So depending on the build, I'll cover that in just a bit. There may be a certain color and certain shape that you want. So now, that set aside, what you can do is that instead of relying the drop to contain a certain shape and socket that you need, you can actually add socket onto your items. Talk to Dema here. So once you talk to Dema, all right, so the interface is a little bit odd. It took me a while to actually get it, but there are two parts to it. One part is to combine gems. Another part is to configure your items, socket your item, or even put the gems inside. So say this item here, you can right click it into the slot here. Now there's a little button called roll new sockets. So what it means is that if your item does not have any socket, clicking this button will add a socket onto your item, but only with one of these 3 shapes. So you may have a shape in mind, say I want it to be a square. So if it doesn't have it, then you just keep reloading until you get the socket that you need. So that's pretty straightforward. Now some of the slot, like for example chest items, will have like 3 slot to it, so you can have different combination to it. Now very much a part of Excel, you play the game, you try to get a certain color or whatever for your gear. Same concept here. If you put the boots, you only have 1 socket, and if you put like armor, the sword, then you can have 2 sockets. Offhand is 1 socket. So there's a defined set of socket you can get, but do add a socket onto your items if you want to keep your items. That's very important. The second one is that on top of the socket that you can add onto your items, be a shape that you want, can keep reloading. Another thing is that you could add a prismatic kind of like a gem to it. Each slot can have 1 extra gem you can add onto it through the transmutation, and you can refer back to the part 1 of the video whereby I show you all the transmutation kind of recipes, including the secret ones. Now, so that is the easy part. The another part is that how do you combine gems? In a D3 concept, you have physical gems on your inventory. You talk to your duel, and then you combine them from there. Here it's very straightforward. Here it's just the interface is fantastic. So for example, you have a whole set of gems here, and you say, well, I need to create one of these guys. So what you do is that you right click this guy, you go into here, you click this button here, upgrade the gem, then you upgrade into one of them. Then you right click this guy and upgrade this guy and it can become an epic. So it's very straightforward, just upgrade that way. I wish D3 was like that, so you can just upgrading it. And as and when you finish out with it, you can just drag and drop onto this, one of these guys here and socket your items here. So very straightforward. You can also replace the socket you have. Of course, you will destroy the gem along the way. But if you play this game long enough, you've got tons of gems, so you wouldn't worry too much about not running out of gems and so on. So yeah, feel free to experiment. So the last bit of the video really is about the introducing you to the gems that you have and what kind of stats that you should look after. It's very much depending on what you need, because as you gear up your character, and depending on what kind of like legendary that you use, you may find that you are lacking in certain way. For example, resistance may be low in certain area. Well, then you can try to find a fire resist, for example, on your helm, armor or boots, or you can go to, like, for example, the frost resist, or you can go for the lightning resist, and so on and so forth. So you can configure your gear on the resist that, for example, you're very poor at. Unlike, say, Path of Exile, it's really about RNG, keep farming, trying to get all the resistance of the right number. Here it's pretty straightforward. Whatever you're lacking, damn it that way, you can get it sorted. Now, there are other things as well, and I'm not going to go through everything here, but interestingly, all the slot may have a different kind of effect to different kind of like color and shape to the slot itself. Very much like Diablo, if you think about it that way. Weapon, for example, you take a green gem into it, you get crit hit, crit damage, whatnot. Then if you put a green gem onto your armor, become like agility and so on. So same concept here. Different gems, shape and color go into different slot, mean different thing. And it become really complex because you have 3 combination per color, and you have like 7 of them, so you have like 21 combination across, plus times another 3, because you got 3 different slots, so you got a lot of combination there. My take is that if you want to go for a weapon as well as offhand, if you are leveling or at the beginning of the mythic kind of like difficulties, things like crit hit damage and crit hit chance are pretty decent, because it allows you to have a pretty good burst of damage when it comes to crit. However, when you get higher, for example, then you may want to look into things like the overpower, because overpower will lower the resistance of the monster against you, and then make you like increase the kind of damage against them. I think different game call it differently, but this is about overpower. That's how I call it. But I mean, there are many things that you could look for. I think some of them, if you feel that your health is kind of like a little bit like lower, then you can of course go for that. And if you want to go for like speed run and farming, you can have bonus XP and so on and so forth. So yeah, I mean, do explore, read the content here, but there are some that are really kind of like the crit hit damage, crit hit chance, things like resistance that you can help the augment as well. If you play a hero whereby evasion matter, then you can put evasion as well. So there are many options to it. If you play a temper and if you use a shield, which I don't, you can add block chance and so on and so forth. So I hope you find this video kind of useful, and that concludes the whole complete picture of it. So I think maybe just to sum up really quickly is that once you get a really nice weapon or armor or any items that you have, first thing first, of course, I will head towards the enchantress, trying to get all the affixes that I want, try to upgrade the affixes until the max I can go, before I go into the ancient version, whereby I use the memory essence to even further augment my item to even a greater height. So I would start with that first. Then second of all, of course, I would go for socketing it, I'll jam it properly, and then I'll go to transmutation and try to get the upgraded item, legendary item, into empower it using a true legendary to become like an ancient version of it, so as to really make it more powerful. Last but not the least, I'll add a rune to it, so I would extract the power from one weapon, put in the rune, and apply that to the weapon, the item itself. Then at the end of the day, my life is complete. I've got a really powerful weapon that I can use, or any slot that I can use. Alright, so thanks for watching, and as always, you put you can put any comment or question below. Happy to answer that. As and when there are new recipes and new crafting changes come into this game, I'll make another video on that. So thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye.